Hey Flosstube.
Hi.
How are you?
Go ahead.
Welcome to our channel. This is the 2/2 Stitchers.
That's right. I'm Beth.
I'm Susan.
And we are, this is our YouTube channel that's all about cross stitch and our journey and all the good stuff like that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
A little bit of finishing. I don't do any other craft than cross stitch, so that's all you're going to see from me.
That's all you're going to see from me because that's all I do too. So.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
So how was your week, Susan?
I had a good week. I am off my medical leave, which is wonderful. I started a new job. Our table's shaking.
It is.
Well,
we moved setups.
We moved
multiple
setups
times.
because we thought on the last video it looked like we were in a jail cell with just the blinds behind us.
We
so
did.
we are now in my dining room with the coffee bar behind us, the scrapbook menagerie behind us. And at the end of the video, Beth is going to do a small little snippet of my Halloween tree that's up in the corner over there.
Which will be fun.
So anyway, started a new job.
Yeah.
Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 4.
Woo woo! I'm so excited. Congratulations.
Thank you. 2 miles from home instead of 75 miles from home. So I am very, very excited. It means 5 nights a week I can have dinner with my husband instead of 0 nights a week.
That's great.
So very, very happy. And good changes. I just have to get used to waking up really early in the morning.
Right.
But other than that, it's all good. All good. So
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is so exciting. So have you watched any new Flosstubers this week?
So here's the thing. With the new job,
Yeah, you haven't had
and I'm
time.
still recovering, I'm tired. So it seems like I get home, I fix dinner, I start to watch a Flosstube or stitch, I end up falling asleep in the chair. My husband nudges me and says, go to bed.
Okay.
Who did I watch this week? I watched Stitching with the Housewives, Priscilla and Chelsea. I watched, who else did I watch? Oh, Nell at Little Yellow House.
Oh, okay.
I lately have loved watching her. Her finishes are beyond beautiful. So loved watching her. But that's about all I did this last couple weeks.
Okay. All right. I found a new Flosstuber. Her name's Lizzie Kate Primitives. Her name's Christy, so I'm not really sure what the story is behind the origin of her channel, but she primarily stitches like sampler types of things and primitive pieces, and her videos are usually only like about a half hour or so long, so they're pretty short.
That's awesome.
And I think she only has like 6 or 7 out so far, so she's a fairly newbie as well, like us, which is cool. So I did watch her this week. I watched Celeste Creates.
Oh.
She's a quilter as well as a stitcher, and she has a lot of variety of different things. Small, some more modern, some more primitive, samplers, all kinds of things, which is fun to watch. You know, watch some different things once in a while. And of course, my normal Brenda and the Serial Stitcher, Saltbox, Carol. Those are some of my faves. So I watch them. As soon as I get the pop-up that says that, if I'm home, I'm hoping my wife's going to take a nap so I can watch it.
That's great. Poor Tina.
I know. Bless her little heart.
Yeah. Go to sleep, would you?
She's a sports girl. She's not into cross stitch and she's not into Flosstube or any of that stuff. So sometimes she'll go to bed at night and I'll watch some and she'll get back up for whatever reason and she'll sit there and she's like, well, I guess I'm going back to bed.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm sorry.
Smart.
So we have some previous finishes, right?
We
to show this week?
We do. So I decorate quite a bit. The whole first floor of my house for every season, I do decorations. And I know on the last Flosstube, I showed you some, or 2 episodes ago, I showed you some Halloween. I found more. This was a quick little finish. This is a little mouse by Barbara Anna. She was sweeping with like vines and flowers around her. The colors were different. I changed her to be more like a little mouse witch, and I free-handed the little witch's hat onto her as best I could. This was a little pumpkin from a couple years ago at the Target dollar stop, and then I just made a ruffle and glued her all in.
That is cute.
Thank you. That hangs in my bathroom. And then this was one of the very first pictures I did. I had cross-stitched, previously, and then fell out of it, and then came back 3 years ago. This was one of the very first pictures I did. This is, everybody knows. You're all yelling at me right now, telling me what this is. Prairie Moon. Prairie Moon. It is Prairie Moon.
Oh, okay.
It is part of the cocktail series, and here this nice little lady is sitting there having a cocktail. It's on an 18 count hand-dyed fabric, and then I had Hobby Lobby cut the mat for me and did my own framing. And you all know I don't lace, I just glue and go. And this frame is from Hobby Lobby. I do have one of the coordinating charts to go with this, and I know Prairie Moon is also selling if you look on any of the unloading pages, they're very, very expensive. But now Prairie Moon is selling them on their page.
As PDFs?
As PDFs,
okay.
Yes.
Right.
And they're a little bit more than the original price, but certainly not the eBay prices. And so I have a coordinating piece, and on my to-do list is I've got to go to Hobby Lobby and see if they have another frame to match this. So when I ever get to that second piece, I have the fabric saved. I just need to get the coordinating piece.
That is so cute.
So that is another Halloween picture. I think I counted around my house. Up on the walls, I think I have 12 or 13 Halloween pieces up.
Wow.
Not including little smalls, but just bigger pieces.
Okay.
And what do you have?
Well, you've seen this before, but they have not yet, so I thought I would bring it.
Yay!
So this is a full coverage piece. It's called Early Fall, I believe, by Custom Crafts. This is professionally framed by House of Stitches in LaPorte, Indiana. So
that's
here it
gorgeous.
is. And it does have a little bit of a 3D kind of look to it in person. I really like it.
Colors are gorgeous.
It's perfect for this kind of time of year, the fall look.
Was that your first full coverage that you did?
It is not my first full coverage I've done, but it's the first full coverage that I've done that I still have after the house fire was over.
Okay.
A lot of my pieces that I did, I've given away as gifts. So a lot of that stuff I didn't have. All right, we're back. Sorry for the technical difficulties.
And dog difficulties.
Yeah, we had a little bit of each.
So, okay, we're going on to whips. Do you want me to go first?
Sure.
Because yours will be long. Mine will be shorter. Okay,
Mine will be
first whip that I have is the super cute, designed by Priscilla and Chelsea. It is, let me find it, folks. I'm so sorry. The Boo to You. And look, that is just super cute.
That is cute.
I am doing it on, this is my new favorite fabric. PTP Ada lately has been my go-to. I've got the top section done, which that actually kind of took a while just because I count probably 3 times because in the past I've made so many mistakes. So I sat and did this for a couple nights, but at least I got it started. I absolutely love the fabric. The Ada by PTP is so soft once they dye it.
And I saw that Fat Quarter Shop is now carrying PTP Ada and 28 count Lugana from PTP.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So
very, very good. I at least got to start on that.
I love that.
My next start, so with my new job, I have we're in a beautiful brand new office suite, and I have more blank walls than I know what to do with, and I'm allowed to decorate. So the next thing I started on, is for such a long time I did not stitch, I don't want to call frivolous stitching, but just fun, funky, non-holiday stitching, and now I have a place to put it. So the next one I started on is Hope Blooms by Sam Sarah.
That is so pretty.
It's based on the famous quote by Lady Bird Johnson, and it says, "Where flowers bloom, so does hope." And I love the little funky bird. I love the colors of the flowers.
Is so cute.
The cool part about this chart is it does use, when DMC in 2018 released the new colors 1 through 35.
Yes.
She designed this chart to use all 35 brand new colors.
Oh, so you had to go buy all of
So I had to go buy, well, I had maybe 10 of them. And then I bought a couple more. So,
here, threading here.
I'm sure. You know what? I go to work and I have floss sticking to my pants sometimes. It is what it is, people. So that's my little start. I have a flower. I started part of the bird. I am using, I believe it's a 16 count Ada. That was, this is a 16 count Ada. It was, I believe, from Mystic Stitches, Misty.
Oh, okay.
And using my very favorite hoop in the whole wide world. I only have one princess hoop. I love it. It's very lightweight. So I'm hoping I'm going to do this and put this in my office.
Okay.
The other sign that I took immediately last week, because of course I feel like it's my home and I have to decorate.
Right.
I did a picture that is so pretty using the sulky threads that are variegated in blues and purples, and it says, "Today is a good day to have a good day." I had nowhere to put that in my house here.
Right.
So that is also in my
That's
office.
cool. Here's your thread back.
Thank you. That real pretty bright green.
Yeah.
And then the very last whip was the one that I told you all I was going to start last video. And this I'm in love with.
This is so pretty,
I'm in love with this one.
I love this.
Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas by Lizzie Kate. And I happen to have Opal Lugana by Under the Sea Fabrics. I think I just, I buy my fabric not for the project. I buy it just to hoard it.
Yeah.
And so here is my progress.
That is just beautiful. I don't think the crystal is showing up very well,
No.
but it is very sparkly.
The sparkle is
It's
just
very beautiful.
what makes this picture.
Yes, it is.
So I'm going to keep progressing on this. I'm using mostly called for colors. I did substitute a couple just because there wasn't that, 815, 816, not a whole lot of difference.
Right.
So that I'm going to probably work. We have our stitching friends coming over today to my house for a Saturday stitch. And that's probably going to be my project today. So, 3 new starts. It's not like I don't have enough to work on, but 3 new starts for me.
That's awesome.
So what do you have?
Okay, so I have a lot actually. So as I've alluded to before, I am participating in what Fat Quarter Shop calls Stitchtober. So I'm trying to do a new start, not every single day, but quite a few of them. So I'm going to start off by showing you a continuation from what I worked on last time on Coming to America. So that way then I can get into all my new starts. So here's the chart, in case there's anybody out there in the world that hasn't seen it yet. This is by With Thy Needle and Thread, Brenda Gervais. And
Oh, I can't wait.
I have officially reached
Oh my gosh.
the halfway point.
Look at that. Oh my god, it's so beautiful.
So the last time we filmed, I had the top section, I'm going to zoom in now, this top section done, which is the boat and the seagulls. I've now finished the second section, which is the 2 girls. I did make one change on it. In the hoop that she's holding here, there were some random weird looking stitches, and I just did ABC instead.
Oh, nice.
For like a sampler more look. And then I've started on the names. So right underneath, right above this last row here, right here, is the halfway point of the chart.
Wow.
So I'm slightly more than halfway done now.
That's awesome. Beautiful, beautiful.
And this is on it's 36 count vintage country mocha is what it's called for. It's a Zweigart based.
You've done a lot on that.
So
I bet you'll have that done by Thanksgiving.
That's what I'm actually hoping to have it done around that time or maybe before.
Yeah.
Like my birthday is the week before Thanksgiving.
Okay.
So I'm kind of hoping to have it done by
Nice.
then. It's kind of my personal goal. Okay, so then we're going to get into all of the new things I've started. How's that? So let's go with the, what's first? This is first. We'll go from first to last.
Oh, yay.
So the thing I started on October 1st is Calvin and Clyde by Priscilla and Chelsea, stitching the Housewives. Here's the chart. These are all, well, you're going to see that I've started for Stitch Chopper are all going to be either Halloween or fall stitches.
Oh, you got a lot.
It's on a piece of 14 count gray Yorkshire from, I bought it at Hobby Lobby, I believe. So,
ooh, look how pretty that is. And the white does show nicely.
and these are all the, I'm just using the DMC colors. So I don't think that, I think that's pretty. I will say this, I did, what I did to get, because I wanted a little bit of change and variegation in the pumpkin, what I chose to do is the DMC color that called for to do this in.
Yeah.
I chose that color and the color above it and below it, and then I blended them.
Oh, nice.
To get more of a variegated look for the pumpkin.
Perfect.
That's the, poor man's way of variegation, I guess you could say, right?
The economical way.
Okay, economical.
Economical.
Cheap, frugal, poor man, whatever you want to call it. It is what it is, folks. Okay, so there's that one. Then I have, I'm sorry, I'm digging. Susan, if y'all recall, said that she likes to be surprised when all of you are surprised.
I do.
So I've kept them in my suitcase over here, basically.
It's hilarious. She comes in my front door and it looks like she's moving in.
It does. It does. It does. It does. I'll admit it does. My next one is the Haunted House Trio by Waxing Moon Designs. And I am doing these all as one piece. And they are on a piece of, hold on here. Aha, here it is.
Ooh.
Color and Cotton, Dark Umber, 28 count linen.
That's a cool color.
And here's my start.
Oh, I love the color.
I don't know if you're going to see that.
Oh, yeah.
Is that? There it is.
Beautiful.
I think all those colors are showing up pretty well. So this will be the first house, and then I will do the border and stuff in the last one over here that goes on the side. I'm not doing them individually, so to speak. I'm going to run them all together, almost like a haunted street.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's spooky. The fabric does look spooky.
Doesn't it kind of look a little eerie?
Yes.
And I think I'm going to have... I'm not sure yet, but I think I'll have enough of this to do something else with the top half of it.
Great.
It's kind of my goal. Okay, so there's that.
So do you usually keep your fabric whole if you have a big piece and then cut it after you're stitching? Or do you cut the piece to fit your stitching?
Typically, I cut the piece kind of to fit my... Generally. However, the reason why I didn't cut this ahead of time is because I'm putting all of these together.
Oh, yeah.
And I wanted to make sure I didn't cut it off and not give myself enough space.
Yeah, for sure.
And I honestly also don't know exactly how I want to finish it yet. So I didn't want to have a super little margin and be stuck with certain ways only.
You don't want to do a Susan?
Or for that record for Beth, because I seem to do that too sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next one I started is, I'm going to start both of these, but this is Pumpkin Patch by the Prairie Schooler. My first section of starts, I'm going to do both the big piece and these, but I've started the smaller one, this small piece, and I'm doing these as individual ornaments.
Oh.
Okay, so I started what I'm calling the ornaments section of that, which is right here. I'm not quite done with the first one. I started on the cat first.
Oh, he's scary, kind of.
He is a little scary.
Looks like a mean kitty.
Yeah, a little bit. He's got a moon that goes behind him. Still, I think I have to stitch, but that's not bad for 1 day's worth of stitching.
No, that's great.
This is on a. Okay, so I don't know what this is fabric wise. It's not really Ada, I don't think.
No.
and it's not linen, and it's, I don't know what it is.
Do you know what? By the way it's framed, it looks like it has some rayon in it.
It does a little bit, and it's much
Instead of all
thicker,
cotton.
coarser, like
Huh.
the way that peels
Yeah.
off.
That's odd.
Isn't
But it looks nice.
It is, and I thought for ornaments, why not? I'm not going to throw it away. I'll use
No.
it for something, right? So there we go. So then there's that. And as always, people, I'm struggling to get my stuff in and out of the bags. And oh, in case anybody wants to know, this really is the way I do like this kind of mania kind of stuff where I'm starting something almost every day. Because when I pull it back out to work on it, I'll put it in one of my official project bags. But I'm not gonna. I don't have that many to do. You know, start 30 of these things plus the
who has
30.
Well, I mean,
I already
not very
have.
many of us have 30 project bags.
No.
Because I group all my Halloween into one bag. I put all my
Okay.
Christmas into one bag because I just don't have that many. I mean, I would like some. Hint, hint.
This
Kids
is
for
the-
Christmas.
Hang on, please. I gotta get my other. Let's talk about this one first. So this is Plumpkin by Lizzie Kate.
Oh, that's a cute one.
And it is on a piece of 14 count chalkboard Ada scrap that I had.
Come here, Teddy.
And here's my start. These are all DMC colors I'm using. So, there it is. Not too bad.
Beautiful. That's really cute. I haven't seen that chart.
Pumpkin. And then, we got more, folks. Don't worry. Okay, so I also started
Go lay down. Go lay down.
from the Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine, this recent fall 2020 edition. I started Autumn Pennies. This is a pattern
You chat. I'm
by,
going to go give treats.
this is a pattern by Shakespeare Peddler, Teresa Vanette. I am doing this on a piece of, I think it's 16 count, maybe 18 count Ada. And it's like a light blue, stormy blue kind of feel to it. And there they are.
Ooh, that's pretty. That's really pretty.
It's not bad, is it?
No.
So that one came out of that magazine. And then I also started working on, the other one that's out of here is called Trick or Treat.
Oh,
This
that's
one
the cute
is
one.
by Barbara Anna Estrella Mendez, which is Barbara Anna Designs, I believe. This.
That is so cute.
And I am doing this on a piece of, I don't know, it's
Murky?
a 28 count. I don't know if it's murky or camo or what, but
Looks like murky.
I don't know. It was in my stash. There she is.
Oh, that's awesome. The fabric is perfect for that.
I think it is. I think that's going to be perfect on there. So, yeah. So, there's that. I'm not done, folks. We have more. Okay.
Sorry for the dog interruption. We try and keep them quiet with Honey Nut Cheerios and peanut butter.
Okay, so
So that you don't show charts.
yeah, this is the 2020 Halloween edition of Just Cross Stitch magazine. And these are spooky selfies is what they're called.
Oh.
I started on this one down here, I believe, is the one I started on. I actually started with what I call finished hem. I'm doing these on perforated paper because they will be easier to FFO that way, I think,
Sure.
when they're done. And they're so small. So here he is. I'm going to buy some little button things of like Halloween buttons, some bats and things like that. Mm-hmm. And I'll probably put one of those on each of these as well to kind of give it a dimension.
Sure.
You'll see in my FFOs, I have a couple of other items that I want to put some buttons on too still.
So do you use 2 strands or 3?
I'm using 3 strands on these. Only because I wanted to make sure that you couldn't see through it as easily on the stitched pieces. And for back stitching, I used 2 strands instead of 1, so that it showed up a little bit better.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I stitched this little guy in one evening, so these are really quick and simple and easy stitches, which I think are great.
Cute.
And I am so what I'm doing differently is when you look at the magazine and you look at these, there are 4 little ones like this. They called for like, I don't know, 15 maybe different flosses. Mm-hmm. I have, I just pulled out all of my flosses, my DMCs that I keep on rings, and I just laid them in front of me and I just grabbed something as I went. Like I'll look and be like, oh, that calls for green, purple, and white. Okay, let me find green, purple, and white.
Oop!
What?
Chud. We just had a potty accident.
Hi. I didn't know what was happening. I'm like, what? Do we need to pause?
We need to pause.
We'll be back.
Sorry.
Back.
So, small explanation. I have 2 Yorkie dogs. One is Ted. He's about 8 pounds. One is Ruby. She's about 3.5 to 4 pounds. As Beth was talking, and my dogs are never allowed in this living room, I was watching Ted lift his leg on my sofa. And I was having a heart attack. And we do try and bribe them. I have these little peanut butter plates that stick to the floor, and I spread them with peanut butter before we start filming. They're very yappy dogs, so I apologize in advance. But she was talking, and I was like having a heart attack. But he was tinkling on my couch. So we're back.
We're back. So we have some
finishes,
fully finished items, right?
And on the subject of potty. So
that's a good segue.
My husband's birthday was this past week, and for the longest time, my husband is wonderful, supporting my hobby, and he often sees some things like Etsy, or he'll see funny things, and he'll say like, "You should do some funny stuff for the house. You do all these decorations." And I said, "Well, what are you talking about?" And he's like, how about a poop sign for the bathroom?" And I'm like, "I don't want a poop sign in my bathroom." But his birthday was approaching, and what else do you get the guy that A, doesn't need anything, or B, if he wants something, he just gets it.
Right,
so, hence, I surprised him with a poop sign. So this was off of an Etsy shop. I stitched it in the colors to match our bathroom, and of course it looks like a Yelp review where you rate a restaurant, and it says, "Would poop here again." It's with 4.5 stars. So I thought this was just going to go in our master bathroom so nobody would see it, but no, he wants it in the downstairs bathroom at least for a little bit, sitting on the toilet tank.
That is cute.
I will appease the man since he endorses my hobby. So that was my hubby's birthday present.
That is so cute.
It'll disappear soon. But I sat and stitched it. It was hilarious. We watch TV together every night. I'm stitching on it in front of him. He has no idea. So it's all good. Then my other last finish was Katarina Wanda.
It is so cute.
I love her. This frame came from Hobby Lobby a couple years ago. It does have a little flower at the top, and you can see it's like on a stand. I switch out. This is in my living room, and I switch out holiday pictures in here, and I just keep them like in a little drawer. And just like Priscilla does, I just peel it off. I stick it on with Scotch tape. Handy tip, save your bread twist ties.
Yes.
Because that's what you're going to use to make your bows. And then I'll show you up close for fancy finishing. I bread twist tie the bow onto the back of this.
There you go.
And then I can just untwist it. The orange backing fabric, funny story, my one son grew, he's 6'2" now, but he grew so much that he outgrew a bunch of his shirts.
Okay.
The shirts were all like blue and white check, orange and white check, red and white check, and I'm like, I need fabric. I'm just going to cut the shirt. So
There
that is orange and white check shirting behind it that I'm just recycling, upcycling, however you say that.
Right.
And Little Palms by Lady Dot Creates.
That is so cute.
So I love her.
She is so cute.
That was my finishing.
So cute. All right, well, I have a few. I did the past 2 days. Well, I have to do these in sections because you do, especially when you're layering. You glue it all and you layer it all you glue it all one day, and then the next day you have to glue again to layer it. Mm-hmm. So it's a 2-day process, right? So these are some freebie Doreen Jones patterns that I had gotten off of her Facebook page. So this is the first one. It's a little cat.
Oh, that's
a Halloween cat.
Cute.
That I did. I am gonna try and find some buttons of some sort to put up here in the like maybe a bat or something to put up here in the top part. I haven't done that yet. And this is what I did with the back. This is actually just what I've used here for trimmer on these. This is black rickrack that I got at Walmart.
Perfect.
Walmart is the cheapest place I have found to buy
rickrack.
Yeah. So, and that's the back again. Just that. This is some black and gray plaid that I bought at Joann Fabrics.
Darling. Oh, those
and
are
then
so
this
cute.
is his little buddy, the little ghosty. And once again, I'll have some button up here at the top eventually, and then there's the back. So they match.
Those are so cute.
So these are finished on little pieces of wood.
Okay.
That I bought in the unfinished wood section at Hobby Lobby. I bought a package, and there's 8 in a package, and I think I paid $3 for the package of them.
Then you don't have to cut anything.
That's exactly right.
They're just made for
That's right.
the size, and you make it fit.
Right.
And
Put
that's
a little
awesome.
Eileen's glue on it when you stick it down, and you're done.
Those are so cute.
So this is my next one.
Yay.
This is a Lizzie Kate. Susan and I picked this little pumpkin out when we were, I think this is a Hobby Lobby.
Yes, that was our Hobby Lobby trip.
So there it is.
Oh, that turned out darling.
So, okay, here's confession time, folks, and cheat, right? So the piece of board that I put this on, I had to specialty cut a piece of cardboard to put this on because I didn't have anything that exact size. So of course, because I don't do any other kind of craft, like I've said, I don't have a cutting mat and all that fancy stuff, right? So my edges on my board were not perfect.
Okay.
So to get away from that, I had this fabric that had already this salvage, I guess it's called, or whatever, fringy side on it. So I ironed it.
Perfect.
I cut a strip of it out, cut it in half, laid it over the top of that, and you cannot tell that my board is not straight.
What do they say? Necessity is the mother of invention.
There you go.
There you go.
So there we go. That's how. I did not intend on putting anything around this because I thought I was afraid it would detract, but at that point I didn't have any choice.
Oh, it's cute.
So I think it looks fine. So there's that one.
Look at all these cute things you're doing.
So this next one is my wife and I. We love to go to the Smoky Mountains every fall in October. We typically go, and we typically go for 2 weeks-ish,
2 weeks,
right?
yeah.
At least, usually. But this year, number one, pandemic, right? Aren't going because of that. Number two, unemployed at the moment. Not spending what money I've got to go on a vacation to sit and look at the mountains when I can sit at home, right? So, anyways, being frugal about this. So this I stitched in 2019, and I finally fully finished it.
Oh,
so
cute.
This is another. It's on an easel piece that we bought from Hobby Lobby. Here he is, just a brown bear with a little bit of a trim around it to make it look, have some color or movement about it, so to speak. So there he is.
That's perfect. Beth and I went on a Hobby Lobby shopping trip a couple weeks ago. It was about 3 weeks ago. And we literally took all of our finished pieces and we were holding them up to everything in the store going, would it fit this? Would it fit this? Would it fit this?
Right.
Trying to get economical finishes.
Right.
And it's perfect. Oh my
So this is, I'm going to show it to you first and then I'll explain. This is a fall piece in one of the Dress Cross Stitch magazines from quite a while ago. It is a full coverage piece that is 100% stitched. The board is a board that I bought from Hobby Lobby, unfinished. So my wife's contribution to this was staining it.
Very good. Very nice.
So she stained the board for me. Then I put it on, I bought a separate piece of board at Hobby Lobby as well, remember, that I framed this on because I wanted to make sure it was square. But even though it was square, because this has been so long since I stitched this, it wasn't exactly even once I tried to frame it. It was a little wonky.
Okay.
So that's why I put this ribbon down the sides of it, so you really can't tell it.
I love the ribbon.
And the ribbon kind of brings out the orange in the sleeves as well.
It's beautiful.
So it's going to work just perfect. And then I'm just going to stick a command strip on the back of it to hang it on the wall.
Perfect. Perfect. I love it. The orange really that ribbon just pops those.
Yeah,
colors.
I wasn't sure what to do, but I was like, I have to figure out something. So, and what I did is, I used the Aleene's glue to glue it down on the wood, right? And then once that dried, then I took my ribbon and I cut it and I wrapped it. And my ribbon is just taped.
Oh, okay.
And then I used some E9000, is that what it's called, to glue it to the board. I could have magnet glued it, but this is such a fall kind of colored thing that I don't expect I'm going to use it for anything else. So I just
it's
E9000'd it. I love it.
Very nice.
So those are my new FFOs, which, I don't do a lot of that. So, and I think because I don't do a lot of it, I get more nervous about it when I do it. And I second guess myself.
But then you get in a groove, and everything you did is beautiful.
Yeah, it's worked out. I have several other pieces I still need to FFO. I might do that in another week or two. Part of my issue is, as I've said before, I live in a very small house. So it takes me an hour and a half to dig all this stuff out. And then I've got like a table that seats 4 people and that's it to eat off of that I'm using. So it's covered in stuff.
Yeah.
So once I get it all covered then I'm out of room. I don't have any more room to finish. So I've got to wait till all this dries to do another process.
Sure.
So I'll do some more in a few weeks, but yeah.
Very cute.
So that's what we've got. Do we have haul?
We do. I have a little bit of haul. Okay, so my haul, according to my husband, is going to be greatly reduced because with my job change, I've also had an income change. And he looked in the craft room and said, "You have plenty." And I said, "I agree." Of course, I was agreeing because I wanted to work the job. They had the better hours. So, but I did have a little bit of haul, and I will tell you it was very economical. The one thing I did, and I can't show it because it's just the chart that I've got printed, I did purchase the brand new gingerbread cottage from Stitching with the Housewives because you'll see at Christmas time, I'll show you my trees when we kind of go around the house at Christmas when I decorate, but my family room tree is all candy and gingerbread. So I wanted, if she's going to do a series with gingerbread, I do want to get those stitched up to get those ornaments on the tree. The next little bit of haul that I got, I saw that Kathy Haberman was putting out these flamingos, and my tree in my family room here is all tropical and beach themed. So we have everything from seahorses to shells to Santas on surfboards. And so I picked up all 3 of the hands-on design Falala flamingos.
Those are so cute.
And I ran after work last night really quick to House of Stitches to pick those up because look at the backing fabric that I got at Joann's.
That is perfect.
I was so excited. So I may even start on these. I did buy fancy floss for the flamingos, but the other pieces I'm just going to use DMC. But I want to get those started. My dear friend Jen Upton, who has a Flosstube, and she also has a little shop kind of on Facebook. It's absolutely fabulous, and she makes beautiful scissor fobs. She knew I was under the weather, so she sent me this darling beachy summertime chart.
That's cute.
And then it's at work, actually, because I was working on it on work. She sent me the little beachy Santa for my beach tree.
Oh,
so
that's
on perforated
cute.
paper, so I have that started as well. I just didn't bring it home. And then, let's see. Okay, so I've gone down the rabbit hole. I've decided that it would be really cool to have a prairie Santa tree because, you know, I need another tree, like a hole in my head. But what prompted me was somebody was selling these Prairie Schooler charts on one of the unloading pages for just $3 a piece. So at $3, how could I say no? So I have, and these are all original, like some of these said printed in 1992.
Cardstock.
Cardstock Prairie Schooler. So I ended up with 4 of them. Our good friend Cammie Tweedy, who is part of our group, she just told me today she has all of these.
I have just about all of them
Do
as
you?
well.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
missing like 2 or 3, and that's it.
So
yeah.
I thought this might be something that I would get started on. Now, funny, that Santa there, I went to our thrift shop and he was in a frame for $2. I picked him up, I already made him into an ornament. So, and he'll hang on my Christmas cross-stitch tree. So I may or may not restitch him again. But anyway, I thought I would get started on that. And then the very last thing, these are 2 charts that I've really wanted. The one that you see Priscilla working on
That is so cute. I love that.
by Silver Creek Samplers, the Christmas sampler. I know I won't start these this year. I may start this one, God Shed His Grace on Thee, Memorial Day by Hands On Design, just because I love patriotic decorating so much.
Yeah, that is pretty.
So I may start on that like January, February, but they were at a great price on Stash Unload, and I just really wanted to pick them up. So that is that, and I really have to stop buying stuff unless I need it. I say that, but you know, we all know it's not going to happen.
So, I'm going to tell a story first before I show this. So, as I've alluded to, you know, I'm not working right now. So, I had gone through my bin of fabric, and I had decided that I really do not like to stitch on opalescent fabric. It's just not my thing. I think it's beautiful. Don't get me wrong. If you love to stitch on it, that's great. I don't enjoy stitching on it. I just don't. So, I had, I don't know, 20 maybe pieces of opalescent fabric in my bin of fabrics. So I posted them on Stash Unload and sold quite a few of them, which meant then that I had a nice little amount of money in my PayPal account, right, for shopping. Because, you know, I feel guilty right now using household money to purchase cross-stitch stuff with, since I'm not working, right? It's not that I can't do that, but I'm trying to be as frugal as I can with that.
And it's not like you don't have enough.
That's my point, right? Like I have so much. It's unbelievable. So, my wife knows this now, okay? So yesterday this week when I'm trying to finish all these, and I'm cussing up a storm one side and down the other, because every pair of scissors I touch have been used to cut paper or something with, and I can't get fabric to cut for nothing with any of them. So she says this is what my wife says to me. She says to me now, well, what you should do now is, since you have all that money in PayPal, you should go to Hobby Lobby or Joann's and get you some really good fabric scissors.
Except they don't. Do they take PayPal?
No, they don't. Number one, wife, if you're watching this, number one, they don't take PayPal.
No.
And number two, I did not sell the fabric so that I could buy scissors
That are boring.
Okay? Okay? That is not happening.
No.
Okay? That is not the way this is going to work. Okay? Then she goes on to tell me I also need to use that money to purchase myself a cutting board, a cutting mat board.
She's something else, this little one.
We're having puppy issues.
Come here, Rube.
So then I'm told I need a cutting mat board. And then there were some other things that she identified that she thought that I should purchase with my PayPal funds. And I'm like, no. Let me explain. These are the kinds of things
Absolutely.
I did this for, okay? This is Trick or Treat by Stitching with the Housewives.
Love that.
I love this. I've loved it since they showed it to begin with, and I knew I had to have it. But no chart can travel on its own. So I also ordered Clovis and Stanley.
Oh, he's so cute.
Which is so cute. For some reason, my SD card is running out of space today. So we're going to continue this.
This is the video of dog and technical difficulties.
It is. It's a struggle today for some reason. I'm not so sure why. So we covered our haul. So what are our plans for this week? What are we doing?
So my plans are I'm really out of the Halloween mood. It's sad to say because it's only October 10th, but you know how I like to stitch ahead of season.
Right.
So my focus is going to be on finishing. I want to finish that little Lizzie Kate with the Christmas bulbs and the garland.
Okay.
I'm definitely going to start my flamingo ornaments, and not sure what else, but I need to get into a groove personally so that I'm not so tired so I can't stitch at the end of the night. That's my thing. Because I've got every night now I can sit and stitch.
Right.
So,
which is nice.
And what are your plans?
So my plans are to continue down the path of starting new things.
Awesome.
I have 26 total things that I could start. I'm not so sure I will start all of them. But right now I'm trying to start, 3 or 4 things every week.
Great.
So I have a couple of new things that I brought to start today possibly while we're stitching together. I'm going to continue to work on the Coming to America piece at least 1 or 2 days a week. And beyond that, I'm trying to start to think about what I want to do for plans for the rest of the year to kind of I've got I think I had about 20 or 25 whips to begin with, and then these that I create this month. I'll likely have 1 or 2 new starts in November, because every girl needs a birthday start, guys. Every girl needs a birthday start.
I missed that this year.
So I'm going to have to try and maybe do that.
I'll do it in honor of your birthday.
Okay, go
there
for
you
it.
go.
Go for it. It's the 19th, so yeah. And by the way, it's the big 5-0.
Is it really?
It is.
Oh, wow.
And you know what's funny is
Welcome
that
to the club.
my oldest son turns 35 days before me, right?
And that's November, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's been teasing me that I'm going to be the big 5-0, so I have to keep reminding him that he's also going to be the 3-0.
Well, 50 is the new 40, so...
I don't know. I was sitting at home the other night and I got like this hot flash feeling thing. Now, for a little personal note, right? I had all of that stuff removed when I was in my 20s, okay? So I already went through the hot flashes and the hormones, and I don't have any of that equipment, none of it whatsoever. So we're like not having that, right? And she's like, but you are turning 50 in another month or so, and that can cause all kind. And I'm like, shut the up.
Tell her to be quiet.
And I'm thinking to myself, honey, you're like 54, so come on now. But hey, you have to razz each other over something,
Absolutely.
right? Especially when you're quarantined in the house every day together.
Absolutely.
You either have to razz each other or pick on the dog. Those are your options right now.
So at the end of this video, we're going to pop in a small video with my Halloween tree, maybe my mantle.
Yeah.
If you like it, great. Let us know. If you go, we don't like stuff like that, let us know as well.
Right,
okay?
Exactly. So have a great stitching week, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks.
Bye.
Hi, folks. This is my Halloween tree. The first little ornament here is Dracula. I made him. He was the first one I finished and made him into a little pillow. The little bow hides my finishing portion. Around the corner here we have Nevermore made into a little pillow. I believe that's Lizzie Kate. We have another little Lizzie Kate Hocus Pocus. That I did almost like a flat finish. Added some little ribbon to it to enhance it. This tree itself, I'll back up as I go into the other ornaments. This was a little 6-foot tree I got at Walmart, and all the decorations that you see on it, besides my ornaments, are from the dollar store. This was from a Halloween magazine of ornaments, Trick or Treat, and is finished on the back. I watched Cindy Stitches, real cute blonde lady. She has a tutorial on how to finish round ornaments, and it encompasses gathering the back of the fabric around a round piece of cardboard and then tying it off and then gluing two together, and then I stitch them together. So watch Cindy Stitches tutorial. Here's another one. Finished the same way, little black cat from the magazine, black fabric on the back, and then this orange trim. I'm not quite sure where I got it, but it covers up my stitching to hold them together. Here's another one. This is done on murky fabric. Kind of a scary skull. This a lot of folks did last year, Home Sweet Haunted Home. And I put some lace around it. You can tell I use the same finishing fabric. The only problem with black fabric is you have to be very careful with your glue because you do see every glue spot. This was what I showed you on the last video. This was the start for a project for my daughter, and then like I said, I got tired of it, so I made it into a little Halloween ornament. All I did was mount it on cardboard, and then I cut a piece of little felt out and glued it onto the felt. You can see, pretty simple, felt, sticky board, and glue. And then here's the very last one that I have finished, and this is Trick or Treat from the Just Cross Stitch Halloween magazine, done I believe on Kermit fabric, and this is just DMC, and then a purple backing, and I glued some fuzzy stuff. Some of the trim I use is from my scrapbooking days, and you used to put trim on pictures. I'm repurposing it. So I'll back up a little bit so you can kind of see Halloween tree. Have a few decorations here in this room. And then I'm a big Rae Dunn collector, so I've got my little Rae Dunn flower holders with Halloween flowers, and that's where my little Catawina is. And we'll go into the living room. So here's my Lizzie Kate pieces that hang on the wall in my family room, and as we go around, here's my mantle where I have the Prairie Moon, Disney pictures and Disney decorations, and of course some more Rae Dunn. And some more Halloween. The candy's a killer, guys. And my little skeleton dog. And more pumpkins. Thanks a lot. We'll talk with you soon.